Welcome back. It's Tough Men of Faith. RT, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. It's
Good. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Getting back in the swing of it. We got Daniel here
We
tonight.
got Daniel.
You
You're
guys
getting
are
back
over
in the
here.
swing of it, and I think we're taking off for a few weeks.
This is our last episode of, what season is this?
46.
9,
Yeah.
season 9, 21 episodes.
So we're like nearing to like 180, right? Usually we do 20 episodes.
I don't know, man. Probably, yeah.
Wow.
Pretty
Probably
cool.
close to it.
Yeah.
I think we're over 15,000 downloads or something. So yeah.
For the last episodes that I did.
Yeah, when I wasn't around,
a couple
man,
weeks
they
ago.
just blew up. Yeah.
Good, yeah.
And I've just been sitting here shaking my head at you two talking. So it's
Well, that's what you usually do when we get together. I
yeah.
don't know why you ever introduced us, actually.
Yeah, I don't even know why I come on when you guys are here.
You guys did a funeral together, and you're like, hey, you should meet my buddy Nick. And then been downhill ever since.
Yeah. Welcome, Daniel. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, funerals are my strong lead-in on things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm just a funeral crasher. I go there.
Yeah.
Book podcasts. That's my whole gambit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hmm.
But so I did post some topics there on Facebook.
You did.
And since we know that RT rarely talks when we're on these episomes.
That's
you wanna
true.
go ahead and do that.
Yeah, let's jump in it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you posted until you guys just started talking about this. And yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think
It's
Daniel was
cold
looking
greets
for.
for you, man. Let's
Oh,
see what you
yeah.
got.
I think Daniel was looking for. Is that a grenade ring?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
No, that's just a Celtic
It looks
cross.
like an upside down pineapple for a minute. I was like, what kind of stuff are you into?
Quick, RT.
Well, wait, we
Do
didn't
something.
promote. We got a couple things before we jump into
Yeah, yeah.
stuff. The Farmstead Summit's coming up.
September 10th, 11th, 12th.
Yeah, guys are starting to sign up for that.
Good.
So get in there, sign up quickly.
Yep.
Because there is going to be a limit.
And there has to be a limit. At some
Yeah,
point.
there has to be a limit at some point. So make sure you get signed up for that.
It's $75. Sign up www.toughmenoffaith.org.
Yeah.
Um,
Terry Thompson's going to be our main speaker. Do you know him, Daniel?
I don't.
Okay.
Not personally.
Okay.
But yeah.
You've heard of him?
I have.
Okay. Yeah.
well, September 11th, if you'd like to come down, you can
yeah.
meet him.
Yeah.
You can know him personally.
Yeah. Some breakouts, a lot of things going on.
Yep. So it's Bell Union.
Yeah. About 40 minutes west of Indy.
Yep.
Close to the airport if you want to fly in.
Yeah, Cloverdale, Greencastle area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yep. So get signed up though, because
Yep.
in the past, like the first year we had to beg people to come.
Yeah.
Remember that? Like
Yep.
we're getting closer. Like we didn't have hardly
Yep.
any people. And
Second year, we had to cut off people signing up.
yeah, and this year it's going to be, we're increasing it, but still
Yeah.
cut off. So
Yeah, to camp out. It'd be a good time.
yeah. So go ahead. Well, you guys posted something.
Oh,
On
no,
Facebook.
wait. Speaking of increase,
Oh.
you
Yeah.
mentioned increase Jesus.
Increase
what we-
Jesus. He's just hoping for a
It's like
free
our new
t-shirt.
host, yeah.
Yeah, you almost you skipped the segue. Man.
Don't
Can't
go
pass
start
the
talking
segue.
to Seth and trying to get shirts made for
Yeah.
yourself.
Increase
He's
Jesus.
our guy.
Check them out.
Oh.
I do
Yeah.
have a business.
Yeah, you do have a business.
Yeah,
IncreaseJesus.com. Use code tough-10.
Yeah.
And he's got some pretty cool stuff.
He does. He's just doing a great job too with
He's doing like our church shirts and stuff too, right?
yeah, he's doing a lot of creative things.
Yeah,
So it's getting
that's
the
awesome.
word out. Yeah, so it's exciting. Anyways,
Yeah. So anyway, we asked Daniel to come on
We
for
did.
our closing episode
yeah.
and see what's going on. And then we were like, hey, man, if there's anything you want to talk about, because we don't have anything.
Oh,
And then he makes this Facebook post and he's like, hey, I'm going on the Tough Men of Faith podcast and, just anything that we should talk about. And he had a handful of comments,
Okay.
a couple good ones, a couple not so good.
you don't want to do the mythical rodeo? Is that...
I didn't see the Mythical Rodeo.
Oh yeah, I was particularly enticed by that one, but
Oh, I did see the Mythical Rodeo. That was pretty good. Where is that? I can't find it. What did it say? Do you remember?
Huh?
The Mythical Rodeo.
oh, it was like 3 comments deep or something.
Okay.
It was a guy. He posted like it's actually my friend Brian Army guy, and he posted like 5 different things in one
I think he deleted it.
run. That was he didn't
Yeah.
delete it.
Oh, I found him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the last one.
Yeah.
I'm sure the listeners are intrigued. I am as well about a mythical rodeo.
Yeah.
So
Well, I said if we get enough suggestions, maybe we'll just do like a scenes from a hat thing, and just pull out a question and we have
Oh,
to
yeah.
answer the question.
Yeah. And I like the idea.
Yeah.
You need a bigger audience. We need more answers.
Wow,
I
thanks,
should
Nick.
have wrote
You
some of
should
these
have invited
things
somebody
down.
more
Yeah.
popular, I guess.
Yeah.
One of them I thought was really good though was like Christian men trying to date in a world that isn't particularly fond of Jesus.
There you go. That's
And,
a great topic. I think
that's-
that's one that a lot of men are dealing with.
I think so too, and I thought it was probably a good idea. Maybe we just kick off with that one.
Sure.
yeah.
RT, you got anything?
Oh, I have a lot of thoughts on that.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll start.
Well, I mean, as a guy of of daughters,
Yeah.
3 daughters, 2 of which are getting married.
Yeah.
Relatively
That's
soon.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But your daughters don't hate Jesus. So
No. Is that what he's asking? Is he looking for a woman that does, or?
no,
Oh.
No.
Is it so? The question to contextualize the question, single guy, he's out there trying to date. He has
Yeah.
Christian values
Yeah.
and struggling to. Well, I don't know. I don't want to throw him under the bus or anything, but maybe he might be struggling. We'll say to.
Yeah, maybe it's just not
connection
going as planned.
with,
Yeah. So what I'm hearing from pastors that I'm talking to is most of them have more Christian single women looking for mates than they do guys.
Really?
Right.
And that the guys are who's missing from the church.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that's all. Like
Right.
This dude may be in a
So
church.
tell your
where there's not-
buddy here to get in contact with RT
Well, no, I'm
and
just
figure out
saying-
where these churches are.
it's
There's a lot of
20 to 1,
churches,
bro. I mean,
we would be one, and most my buddies that are pastors, like they're seeing that's similar. And so what they're like encouraging guys, like, hey, get in the church, serve, be the type of guy that you want someone to marry,
right.
and you're probably going to meet someone, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's that's where I would say it's at. Like,
Have they mentioned anything about an age demographic? I mean, are we looking at like 30 and over, second marriages?
I'm
65
talking-
plus. There's a lot of females out there
Well,
looking.
yeah.
that's
So
true.
I'm more thinking like you're young adult, right? It's not
Yeah,
been
okay.
married. You're 18 to 25. I think one thing our society has done is we try to push getting married off so long,
Right.
right? So you're like, hey, don't get married young. You need to wait. I don't think that's a biblical concept. I think that's a cultural thing
I'd
that
be
you
in
think you
agreement.
got to be
Yeah.
ready financially, and you got to have this going, and you got all these things, and then you're ready to get married. It's like, man, I don't see that.
Right.
It's like,
I wasn't ready financially. I didn't have everything going on in life.
yeah,
We were winging it.
yeah. I told guys like,
But we had a good basis.
yeah.
And I think that's a good place to start.
But it is tough, right? I mean, I talk to
is
a lot
tough.
of young adults, right?
Yeah.
You want to find someone loves Jesus, and I tell my daughters like, hey, they need to have a job,
Right.
they need to love Jesus, they need to love you,
Right. Yeah.
That's tough to find.
Yep, it is.
So-
I think even in a broader scope, people aren't as socialized,
Mhm.
I think, now as they were previously. And so I know a lot of guys in that age group, they may be, it's so easy to go behind a screen
Yeah.
and live behind that screen. And then you have to come out and make interactions with the world. And
Yeah.
it's weird.
I'll bite on this further. I really think, like, I understand we live in a social world,
Yeah.
but if some of these dudes would just go up to a girl and ask her out
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
and
Right?
have a proper date, right?
Oh.
Like, not like
Blake is over there
Yeah.
cheering like he's waiting
Like,
for that
go
man.
up to
Blake's
her.
also one of these guys that has a
Right.
daughter. And eventually
yeah.
this is going to come down his road too.
ask her out, take the lead.
Right.
Don't be weird about it,
Yep.
right? If she says no, then that's no.
That's
But,
no.
but
Does not come back next week and
like,
ask
go up
again.
and ask, right? Like,
Yep.
just don't hide behind it and take the initiative, right?
Right.
It's like, so, but I understand, I think culture, some things, like even in where our culture's been the last few years, that guys in some ways been scared to approach women.
Right.
Right.
You're not looking to be a TikTok famous.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
But it's so much easier, like you said, to kind of to hide behind that screen.
Yeah.
And it's get out there and make the
Yeah.
effort. Like Blake had just said, like he's like, don't be afraid of rejection.
Now you're going to get rejected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got rejected a dozen times.
Yeah.
Asking Rachel out.
Yeah.
I just put a couple of months in between asking
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. Eventually she gave in.
It took one yes.
Yeah.
And,
Now you have a great wife.
look
right?
at us now.
But,
I have a great wife.
but had to get rejected.
Yeah.
And like there may have been a few other girls that rejected you before that, right?
And thank God they did.
Yeah, good
'cause
thing
I found
they
a great
did.
wife.
Yeah. Yeah, just have the courage to go
Yeah.
ask her out.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. I've
That's,
always encouraged guys, just go out and like live life. I think that sometimes we put so much pressure around forming or developing relationships
Yep.
that we pass up on a lot of great opportunities
Yeah.
that maybe
Well, you might
between
meet
that.
someone.
Right. Yeah. And you
You
can
know?
just go someplace, very sincerely. And I really think that I like what you said about getting involved at church, because if that's where your heart and your passion is,
Yeah.
you don't want, I can't say you don't want to. It's so much easier if you and that person are on that same page already. And
Yeah.
where are you going to find the person who wants to live the kind of lifestyle you're driving towards or you're going towards? Is
Right.
Yeah.
going to be in the places where that lifestyle is lived.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great question. I mean, I feel for young adults, I know it is a hard time to find a godly wife, godly husband, but
Yeah. Well, see, it's even difficult, I think, for older singles. When this question came up on my feed,
Yeah.
I immediately thought about a friend of mine who was a pastor,
Mhm.
and his wife passed away, and he's still single. And the interesting thing was the number of women who may have considered dating him. And he says, I try to put off telling him I'm a pastor.
yeah. Well,
He said for some reason
yeah.
that's a real interest killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true with most things in life.
Yeah.
Right?
I tell people I'm in the military. So
Yeah. Every time we go to dinner, you say, people ask RT, what do you do? He's like, I'm in the Army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially if I'm on an airplane, and we may be flying to the mission field,
yeah.
people ask me what I do, and I tell them I work at the BMB.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tell them, they say, "Well, how did you get that job?" I said, "Well, my father worked at the BMB, and my grandfather worked at the BMB, so I guess you could say I come from a long line of long lines."
Mhm. There it is.
I
was
did that
waiting
whole
for it.
setup just for that
I was
joke.
waiting for it.
That belongs to Johnny W. If you love that,
Yeah.
check out Johnny W's stuff when we're through here, and
Yeah.
you'll
No,
get some great stuff
I'll
like
I'll
that.
never forget one night we're sitting there, we're at Hibachi with RT and his wife, and there's a guy next to him. He's just doing sake bomb after sake bomb after sake bomb, and he looks over at RT finally. He says, "What do you do for a living?" And he's like, "I'm in the Army." And 5 or 6 sake bombs later, and then he looks over at him again. He says, "What are you doing in the Army?" And RT's like, "Well, I'm a chaplain and a local pastor." And I tell you, the guy pushed everything away from him, slid down a couple of seats, and he's like, "Oh, I should have done my crown first." It was so much fun that night. We laughed so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think you get out of your own way. You get involved.
Yeah.
You find somebody that's already involved in a church and living a Christian lifestyle, and that's the people you pursue.
Yeah. And be a guy who has it together, right?
Right.
Like you.
Yeah, but yeah, like you
Yeah.
said, yeah, have it together.
Yeah.
You know,
And if you're a single Christian lady, there's a Farmstead Summit coming up that
you're not allowed to come to.
Yeah.
I mean, just pass through,
Yeah,
shop,
just
ask for
pass through,
directions, pretend to
shop.
be lost.
Yeah.
Another great way to meet people is to, I believe, is to start a Christmas tree farm
Oh yeah,
and then wait for an ex-girlfriend to return from out of town who's kind of indecisive
Yeah,
on
yeah.
her career moves.
Yeah.
If I understand correctly, that's a great way to.
Yeah. I don't. Nick
Maybe
watches
that's
a lot
just
of Hallmark. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Hallmark's always on
Oh.
at my house. I live with 4 women, so it's yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving
All
on
right.
to the next.
Sure, you're
Moving on.
done.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
right.
got to impress her.
Yeah, well, maybe.
What's the next question, Nick?
What does a man of God look like, and how he becomes a man of God versus a person of the world, society, and culture?
That's what a man of God looks like. right there.
Well,
He's dressed in fatigues and carries
yeah,
a,
no.
Well, no, you don't
We
carry.
have to be ugly.
What's yeah. I'll let one of you guys go first in this one. I took the last one and kept talking.
What's a man of God look like to you, Nick? Now, here's the thing. RT and I, we come from historically Christian families,
Yes, you guys do,
generational
yeah,
Christian families.
I
And
come
so
from a
I know what it
generational Christian
means.
family too. I just wasn't involved for the first handful of years.
Right.
Honestly,
Well, I don't mean to paint you like you're
No,
an
no, no,
outsider,
you're
but
fine.
I mean, we're so close to it. I know what a man of God looks like.
RT
He's
paints
got
me like
on
an
a suit
outsider all the
coat
time,
and a
so that's
tie.
fine.
He's got dark glasses,
yeah.
you know.
I think for starters, it's the way one carries himself. Carries himself not only when people are around, but when people aren't around. And I think it is the guy at church on Sunday morning. It is the guy that's handing the kids pieces of candy, for reciting a Bible verse. It is, I don't know. I just that's you got me on the spot, buddy. It's not a place I like to be. I think it starts with people in the way that they carry themselves.
So before you started attending church
Yeah.
on a regular basis,
Mhm.
was there anyone that you viewed as a man of God? Maybe even somebody who didn't even realize that you might have viewed them that way.
I'm sure that there was a handful. I don't know anybody by name that but yeah, I'm sure that there was a handful.
When this question came up,
Yeah.
honestly,
This is the direction you saw it going, is it?
no.
Yep.
What I saw was actually you.
No,
I
you
thought
didn't
of
see
you.
me.
No, I mean that. I did because I'd been watching the episodes where you were talking about people reaching out to you about
Yeah.
being Christian curious.
Yeah.
And
Look at you. You watch my stuff.
well,
Okay.
yeah, I was curious
Yeah.
about, what a real Christian looked like.
Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna do that to you.
Yeah.
Seriously, when I was thinking about that, I thought, these are guys who are looking at you
Right.
thinking, "There's a man of God."
And while I feel like I'm the guy that doesn't have it all together and I have a whole lot of areas to improve on in my life, there's other guys that are looking at me saying, "Hey, that guy's kinda got something together that I I would like to either strive to be like, or maybe I'm just curious about,
Yeah.
what that journey looks like."
Well, we can ask behind the pulpit, do the men of God have it all together?
Yeah,
Is
well,
that a requirement or
Nick's close enough to
RT
me to
does.
know. He knows I don't. Yeah, I would agree, like, the men of God, I mean, it looks different on personality and different things, but it's guys who are just faithful and
Yeah.
serving their wives, if they're married, their kids, their local church, their community, and then you're just seeing the fruit of spirit kind of living out in them, right? They're not angry, they're loving others, they're
Right.
patient, they're long-suffering, and those type of characteristics you begin to see in them. Not perfection, and because one thing I would say about a man of God
I told you you're a man of
is
God.
they'll also own up to it when they mess up, right? "Hey, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that," which is, like, a characteristic of a man of God, willing to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
So how does one pursue that? I think was part B of that question.
Yeah, man, I think, I know we say it time and time again on here, but I think, first step is, getting involved in a church. And then I think the biggest thing is, finding some friends in that church, guys that are gonna mentor you and guys that you can even feed into as well or mentor them. We kinda talked about discipleship a couple episodes ago, but I think some of the best, discipleship or the guys that are discipling me, and I never felt like they were discipling me. We struck
Right.
up a genuine friendship, and we hung out, and then, things just kinda start to transform and take place, and, or you start to transform and, things start to take place, and, you start to start living a different lifestyle.
Yeah.
I was talking to a guy last week, and this guy needs some help, needs some mentorship, and he said, "I think I'm gonna ask him if he wants to come work for me."
Yeah,
And I thought, what a great way to
yeah,
disciple
Yeah.
somebody. I mean, if you're a business owner or whatever, you're like, "Hey, let's get this guy in here,
right,
where I can have some meaningful interactions."
yeah,
And I think that men bond over work, right?
yep,
And I think his whole plan was to do exactly what you're talking about.
right, yeah.
Just get him there every day where I can talk to
Right,
him.
yeah, just strike up a genuine
Yeah.
friendship and, a place where you can probably feed into each other, but, somebody that's further along in their Christian walk can kinda start to see and almost, sympathize or empathize with, the guy that's not quite there yet and, kinda start to bring them along as well.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, I just think that's probably one of the best ways to,
And that's outside the 4 walls, and,
yeah.
boy, I heard a conversation. Some guy was, like, down in the church, and
Mhm.
I was like, does he know RT's a pastor?"
Yeah.
But I think the church has such a pinnacle place in our society, and it should have. And churches should be very intentional and focused about what they're doing, and we should never be avoiding or criticizing the role and function of the local church. I think that's hugely important.
Yep.
But I also believe that we need to, so to speak, expand the walls of the church. Where we're not going to church, we are the church.
Yeah.
And we meet together as a body, as an ecclesia, right? But then when we go out into the community, that is the extension of Christ into the community. So when we're on our jobs or when we're dealing with our families, or even when we're dating,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that should be an extension of the church into the community, the people of the church living the gospel, and making a difference.
Right.
Yeah, and I think for guys, like, once we do things together, we're more apt to decide, like, the discipleship piece takes place, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
especially maybe once we've done some hard things together.
Yeah.
And once you've been through some hard things together, the walls are more down, you're able to have those conversations, right? So I can even look the guys in this room, like, we've done some hard things together. They've seen me at some low times, they've walked through it, I've been some low times with them, we've
Yep.
walked through it. Nick and I pulled deer out of the woods together and suffered a little bit, but went through it, right? And there's other things. And so when you do that, I think for guys like, hey, we've done some hard stuff together.
Yeah.
And a lot of we've served together in some hard areas.
Right.
And the discipleship piece this happens. I do think, like, I know I hear all the time, like, men's ministry, it's not where it happens. It's not just at the church, but a lot of it does happen at the church,
Yes.
right? So
It
that's where the
does and should.
connection. So like last night we have a men's group that meets once a month. And last night the simple thing in it was we looked at Galatians 6 where it says bear one another's burdens. We had two questions. What's one high that's happened this week and what's one low? And we have, I
Great
don't know,
question.
40 some guys that show up there. A lot of those guys have served together and been through a lot together. And so the guys just start opening up. And there's a lot of our older guys that are really like going through some crap right now and just shared positive stuff.
Right.
So then all these younger guys are sharing stuff and listening to them. And you just begin to see this like discipleship taking place and growing and becoming godly men because they're around other men.
Yep.
And it happens in the context of the church. A lot of the ministry happens outside the walls of the church. But
Well, even like I was saying before, it's almost like an unknown discipleship or not. It kind of eases its way in there, but it's not like something that you went and signed up for. It wasn't a formal thing. It was a dinner at a church and then, an hour of getting together and just talking and just being guys. I say it all the time. I know you get a little bit embarrassed by it now, but you said it the first night there. It's like, we want to start something new and I don't want you to check your balls at the door. But I genuinely like, be a man. It's okay to be a man. Like in a world that hates,
come on.
in a world that hates men being men. Don't check your balls at the door. Come inside and be a man.
Yeah.
But and I understand that narrative is driven so loud and so long that we truly believe that 80% of the world doesn't want men to be men. And I don't think that's correct.
Yeah.
I think even going back to the Christian dating thing, I think there's a lot of women out there who are looking for like a man.
Yeah.
Right. The same thing we'd be looking for our daughters. We don't want some squirrely little, I don't know. I mean,
well, that's one of the things.
He's a squirrel. He's a squirrel. I mean, I can love him if he's a squirrel.
But
I'm just telling my daughter it's okay. But
I really commend RT on. He developed a relationship with his daughter's boyfriends, fiancés, and he hangs out with them and he spends time with them. And every once in a while, I look at the trail cam pictures and I see RT and one of his future son-in-laws both holding shotguns walking through the woods. And it's like, okay.
Well, see, we call that plausible deniability.
Yeah, we do.
That's
But seriously, like he's mentoring this guy and hanging out with him and showing him things that this guy may have never seen before. And he's kind of bringing him along, and he's making a relationship with him. That way, when they do go through hard times in the future, this guy will look at his father-in-law and be like, "Hey, man, I need to have a hard conversation with somebody that probably gets it because you raised her for the first 20 years, and I'm a couple years in now, and we're having a tough time, and I'm just a guy. Can you help me out here?"
Yeah,
and that's solid.
Yeah,
that's I'm the guy that's like, "Hey, man, do I need to bring a shovel over to meet this guy for the first time?" And he's like, "No, we're friends." I'm like, "We're not friends. Like, you're not friends with this guy. You used to be this guy that's dating this girl, and you know his intentions." He's like, "No, we're friends." It's like, okay, if you say so. No shovel. Can I still come meet him? So I mean, that's
were you
I
the
think
guy
it's
who taught Nick that if he's going to drag a deer out of the woods, he's got to turn the deer around. Is it
turn the deer around?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh man, that's a Kentucky thing, man. They try dragging bucks out head first. I'm like,
no,
you make a lot more headway if you turn that sucker around.
Maybe we'll try that next time.
Yeah. Or hopefully you don't have to pull it up the creek bank next time. So
Dude, yeah, if you could next time if you shoot a deer, if you could make it to not fall 15 feet down the creek, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I felt like at one point I was pulling RT's deer and RT. I was like, "Are you going to help me?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?"
I wasn't really pulling. I was just
you were pulling backwards.
I was just kind of smiling, watching you pull it all.
Yeah, you were smiling, all right.
Well, hey, you're just not used to shooting deer that big. So, you know what I mean?
I haven't seen a deer that big in years. So.
Yeah.
In fact, RT shot it and it like fell over upside down. All the whole rack went into the gravel, into like the mud. I was like, "They didn't have any big deer when you shot that one?" And we roll it over. I was like, "Oh boy, I spoke too soon." Anyway, fun times.
Yeah.
Your wife got a deer, didn't she?
She didn't. She came with me.
You still.
I was in the process of
maybe
eating
next
candy.
year will be your year.
Yeah. I was in the process of eating candy, and she said, "A deer." I was like, "Sure is. Get your phone out." And she's like snapping pictures and having a blast. It was fun. I thoroughly suggest people hunt with their wives, so it's a good time.
That's a sign of a good relationship.
Yeah, it is.
If you can trust your wife enough
Yeah.
to go out into a
Yeah,
secluded
let's
location with
get it.
loaded firearms and both
Dude,
of
we
you
were
come
in the
back.
tree stand, and the wind was cranking that day, dude, and it was like riding like a mechanical bull, not a real one like you're used to,
Oh,
but,
no.
you know.
Nothing's like that, man.
Yeah, nothing's like that. Yeah.
Do we have time for one more?
Yeah, I think we got a little bit of time, right?
All right.
Oh, it's a season ender. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, was that a spoiler?
Man,
Season
no,
ender,
no, we
man.
there's
already
another
told
one on here I thought that was really good. It was on forgiveness, but it's, how can we forgive the dead?
Mm.
And then the other part of that question was, can we receive forgiveness from the dead? And I don't.
Man, I was hoping we'd get to this.
Were you?
I absolutely was. Yeah.
Okay.
But go ahead. I mean,
No, I think that there's a lot of people in the world that are hurt by people that are no longer here.
right.
And I actually read something really good today. And it was a guy praying, and he said, "Hey God, this guy, they wronged me. They did this thing to me, or they did that thing to me. How can I move forward from this?" And God says, "Pray for them, and I'll take care of the rest." And instead of being wrong, instead of cursing them, instead of hating them for the rest of your life, just pray for them to be better and let God take care of it. And it just kind of caught me because I don't know if I've been wrong per se, but I had some issues with a handful of people, and I think it's a better way to look at it than hating that person or disliking that person. To just pray for that person because they obviously need it.
Yeah.
So that's where I wanted to start with it. You got something on it?
Yeah, sounds like you have something.
Yeah, it sounds like you got something.
No, go ahead.
As a
No.
pastor.
As a pastor?
Yeah.
What would you say as a pastor?
Well, okay. So, this one, believe it or not, I really do like to say some things that I think would be helpful to people
Okay.
because I think this is one of those questions. I think that a lot of people have these hidden questions that they're almost embarrassed
Mhm.
by, but the devil uses this type of a conflict to set up a stronghold in their life, an emotional crippling
Yeah.
that keeps them from moving forward, and yet they'll never come to a pastor's office or somebody and say, I've got this fractured relationship or this problem, and it's beyond my reach because the person has passed on. Um, so, and I want to say this with the most sincere respect to a person's emotions, um, that we have this tendency when we think of a person in their lifetime and then they pass away, it's like they're frozen in time. So what is that? Luke Skywalker, right? When he's like, what is that?
Han Solo.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Han Solo, right?
I
Like
thought you
when-
said Luke. I thought we were talking about the book of the Bible, Luke.
No, no,
and
no,
I've
no,
just
no, no,
preached
no,
through, so
no.
I was ready to answer the question.
But it will
But
be
then-
Luke.
I was
It
gonna
will
say
be Luke.
Luke had a last name. It was Skywalker.
Yeah, it's like why didn't we learn that?
But I mean, we kind of freeze them in time,
Yeah.
and we think that the person is still what we remember.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. And so two things. Number one, if the person was a Christian, then we know that they have gone on to be with Christ and to be made like Christ.
Yep.
And what would Christ do? So if the person that you may have had this disjointed relationship with, or the person you may have wronged, or the person who may have wronged you, and I think sometimes that's really difficult. If it's the person who's wronged us, and then you have to reconcile the fact, oh, well, they may now be in the presence of Christ, and may be standing in his righteousness. That one's kind of hard for some people because how could they have done something so evil and so
Yeah.
wrong to me? But that's our only hope. I mean, that's my hope.
Yep.
I've wronged a lot of people. I've done a lot of things wrong. My only hope is that someday, and I do believe I have this today, that there's a righteousness that's imputed to me that I did not earn or deserve. So if the person is a Christian, it's that. And if you wronged them, they are just like Christ, hoping for repentance and forgiveness and reconciliation. They're in that same place. You say, okay, well, what about the person who's not a Christian? And this is why I say that the person that you said goodbye to is not the same person who's alive today.
Yeah.
And I mean that because it's almost like we think, oh, they're dead, so they're gone. But they're not. They're not gone. They are somewhere. And Jesus tells the story of the rich man and Lazarus, and it's a kind of a long story. And I realize there's a lot of red wire, blue wire situations inside this story. But I want to go to the end of the story where the rich man who ends up in a place that's typically described as hell, place of torment, and his last request is that someone would send, or that Abraham would send Lazarus to warn his brothers about coming into this place. And I think that gives us a really good picture of the changed mind, because part of at least it's indicated that part of the reason why he's here is because he didn't care about anybody else. He didn't care about Lazarus. He only cared about self-indulgence. But now he's in this place of torment, and his only thought is, how could I prevent or help to prevent someone else from coming to this? So as horrible as it may sound, and we don't know if the person that you're dealing with, to what eternity they've gone to, but if they've gone to either eternity, I truly believe, number one, they're not the person you said goodbye to. And I think that in either case, they would hope for your reconciliation, that the torment would not be counted against you or held against you. And then ultimately reconciling with God. And I'm sorry, we just came through a sermon series on reconciliation, so we've been a deep dive on this. But ultimately, that reconciliation with God, it's all level ground at the foot of the cross, right? My sin isn't worse than yours. His sin isn't worse than mine. We all stand there in need of that forgiveness that only Christ can provide.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was my mini message.
That was really
no.
good.
I think it's really solid. Is RT, you got anything to add to it?
Yeah, just the only thing, like, that was a great way to think through that biblically. But that forgiveness really has more to do with you, I think, right? So it's something like you're holding on to that, that you need to work through. And I think it takes time. And when there is death, right, there can't be a conversation. Right. You can't go.
Yeah, it's hard to get a reconciliation when there's death.
But it is something you need to work through. And I think a lot of times that you may need to work through that with someone else, right? So a trusted counselor or a wise friend or a pastor or someone to help you work through that, just to kind of that bitterness inside of you. So yeah,
that short answer I gave is by no means the cure, but hopefully it may be a salve to help you get to the help that you need to. But I mean, ultimately, that reconciliation is what it's all about, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I get a lot of questions about forgiveness, reconciliation. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yep.
So do you have to ask that question though? Why are RT's thumbs 2 different sizes?
You guys said there's a question about my.
It's the season closer, man. The people want to know. The fan base demands to know.
Someone said that you have 2 different size thumbs.
Yeah, so my dad.
And you know the guy that asked it.
I heard he hitchhikes faster to the west than he does to the east.
A lot of people know it. I think so. My dad, I'm nothing like my dad. I don't really look like him.
Really?
Don't act like him.
None at all.
Nothing. You know what I mean? So there's no. So some people used to make jokes like, "Are you sure it's your dad?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got one of my dad's thumbs. And then on the other side, I have my mom's thumbs. It's an odd thing. Like, I don't know, like, people think it's hilarious and make fun of me for it. But yeah, so you see, like, they're not the same length or anything.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
those aren't even close.
They're not even close. Yeah.
You got a toe on that one.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's shorter, it's fatter. I don't know what happened. But this one looks identical like my dad's thumb. So it's the one thing I got from my dad.
Okay.
Yeah. And this one looks like
You know why I love this podcast?
I would love to hear it.
Because we can go from reconciliation to forgiveness to laughing at your one toe thumb, and your other thumb that looks normal.
I appreciate it.
It just works, man. It's just
I'm just not sure when Blake started, like, hey, we should do a podcast.
I'm not sure why you ever looked at me and said, I think Nick's the guy we should do this with.
I don't know if this was the vision of it.
I think
I'm sure it wasn't
the reason
vision.
we went to video, though.
Yeah,
I think
I'm absolutely
they're not going to get this unless we go to videos.
I'm absolutely sure this wasn't the vision. I don't hate the way it went.
Yeah. You killed it this season.
No.
No, wait a minute. I'm talking.
Okay.
Sorry,
sir.
I haven't been on here. I haven't been on here much.
You need to put on your clergy collar before you raise your voice.
I know. I appreciate you getting me one.
Call you father.
You've just really stepped up this season, and I was out quite a bit, and you got the guests, you got the topics,
Well,
and
I
heard a ton of great feedback.
Okay.
And so I
Must be from the deaf people or something.
I
but
don't know, man. Seriously, like it was fun for just to listen some. I haven't listened to all of them while I
That's
was
cool.
on yet,
Yeah,
but yeah,
thank you.
you've done a great job.
Yep, it's been fun.
And you built a studio, so and
We did build a studio.
not you did all the building. Blake did all the technology part. I don't do anything except show up.
You're the talent.
No, I'm not the talent. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wanna thank all the people on Daniel's, Facebook. There was a lot of good comments, not necessarily the guy about the thumbs, but,
Maybe we could probably circle back this next season. Maybe
yeah,
have
I
like
really
a
think we
question
could.
and answer time.
Yeah, I think it'd be a really good time. I really appreciate people just saying, "Hey, how can we go about this, or how can we go about that, or can you speak into this, or
Yeah.
dating in a Christian world," which I'm sure is tough. I wasn't a Christian when I started dating my wife. She made sure that I changed that pretty quickly, and it's a new outlook that I have now versus then for sure.
Yeah.
And it's just fun to keep growing, and it's fun to do it with guys like you and a handful of the other guests we've had on here. So this is cool.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to next season.
thanks for sticking with us through 8 seasons, 9 seasons. A couple hundred episodes is something. I mean, it's no drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
And we got the Farmstead Summit coming up September 10th, 11th, 12th. I think we'll be back here in a couple weeks. I think we're doing a couple weeks off or something. And then, like I said, we got Increase Jesus. Seth's just awesome. Thanks for sponsoring us and helping us out. And thanks for our awesome guests that we have. And we had, some other ones, like Ross was really good on here, and Dion last week, and Matt Roller's always a fun one to, poke and, just have a good time with. So anyway, just thanks for all the guys that do this with us. It's cool.
Yep.
So we'll be back in a couple weeks, and don't forget to sign up for the summit, toughmenoffaith.org, and we'll see you soon.
Do that.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Maybe it'll be new music next time.
Rolling near and near.